have you always had a window?
Wait, yeah. we can still see.
I didn't think you had a window in your room. It looks like a really cool sex dungeon in your room, man.
With Tiger Woods looking at you.
Wait, Tiger has the helmet on.
Welcome to the Backpost Podcast, powered by the 8-Bit Nation, bringing you everything you need to know in the competitive world of 8-Bit Nation, League, Pixel, and Prism. I'm the Dwarf Bard, here to introduce to you your hosts, Bacon, Shane, Koala, Koa, and Jay.
We the back. Welcome. Week 7 review time, boys. Guys, how's it been since the last time we recorded a show? Has not been a month. That's good.
No. It's a Sunday.
It is Sunday.
It's daylight outside.
It is
You wouldn't
Rocket
know
League and the Lord's
Jay's
Day.
house, but
Jay's in a sex dungeon.
You can see it up there in the top.
Mine's right there.
I don't think
Yeah, it's daytime.
is that bars on the window?
it's got those tornado windows.
Bars.
That's funny.
There is a pit. Oh, that window leads to a pit with a ladder in it. I know what that's like. I've lived in Nebraska my whole life.
You can fit out that window?
I can't. He can't.
Jay could.
I
Jay
can.
can fit.
Jay.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
for sure.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
How nice, Jay. You have an escape route. That's nice of you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, before we get going, it says right here, I'm going to mention the merch yet again. It's pretty dope. 3 of us got merch on. The other ones are losers.
Just buy it.
The Texas shirt.
Just by it.
Ooh,
Oh,
boy.
Texas Meetup shirt.
Texas meetup
Classic.
shirt.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Got me
Yeah,
there.
go buy it or hit me up and I can do things for you. Do we want to announce what we're doing here, or are we just going to do that later?
That's later.
Don't worry about what I was talking about, guys. We're going to go into the 1 week 6 game, and then on to week 7 review. Bacon, take it away.
Yep, when we recorded before, there was still one game to happen. That was Mudcats Harriers for week 6, and the Mudcats swept them 3-0.
Yep.
Quite convincing. It was potentially the best the Mudcats had looked all season. Very dominant. And
Said it
it's-
all season. That team is the Mudcats are such a great team, probably the best team in the league.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Out.
It's crazy switch up.
Probably.
Diabolical switch up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's fine. We'll get there.
So that game alone proved my point that I just said. You know,
Moving on to week 7, which everyone wants to talk about here, I'm sure.
Yes.
Havoc 3-0 the Bandits, my team.
how you feel about that?
Not great. I played the first 2 games, so
Oh, boy.
it didn't go well. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like we were playing a lot of solo ball.
Yeah.
And we got destroyed.
That's the Wico effect. The pace that he plays at kind of it pushes teams to play that solo game.
I'm gone.
Yeah,
What happened?
Shade has disappeared.
Hi,
He's in the void.
Look,
Wico also did that. But yeah, you guys, you had moments, but it felt like you guys were playing catch up most of the time.
Should have been playing mustard.
That's difficult. So
The first game was close, and it felt competitive. And then the second game we got smashed, and then I got out. And Sophie got in, and well, to be honest, not a whole lot changed. So
it's a go next type of week for the Bandits. This one on the schedule was what it was. Go next.
tough showing.
Speaking of go next, we had the Illusion play the Harriers, and the Illusion coming out on top.
They did.
Three
This,
to
That
two.
one.
this was a blocked reverse sweep. Attempt.
That's right. I was thinking
Yeah.
it was a reverse sweep, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Illusion got up early. They let Atlanta back in,
That's
and
right.
then they closed it out game 5. So yeah,
Reverse
Yeah.
sweeps should be illegal.
Smurfy, really felt like he kind of threw game 3 and 4. I mean, the amount of times it was like, "What are you doing?" And then he ended up scoring the 2 goals that got him the win in game 5. So, but man, I thought he was going to throw it for sure.
Smurfy, I know you won, but you still suck.
Damn.
Sorry, not sorry.
Damn.
You still suck. Love you, defense. All right, that'll take us to our next game, where you had Foxtrotters continuing their momentum with a full sweep over the Monarchs.
Yeah, they're doing things.
Yeah, they've really kicked it up a notch here. I think that's 4 convincing straight wins as well.
Who are they playing? Are they playing anybody good?
Plumbers and Mailmen.
Plumbers and mailmen.
I've heard that's what everybody is so far.
I mean, they beat Havoc, which was their most convincing win. That was a 3-2 full game 5.
some
but-
excuses there though with injuries and things.
Yes,
from what I
not
heard.
a full healthy. Yes, that's the word. Havoc roster, but still a
But
win over
you
Havoc.
play the games in front of you and they're doing it.
Yep.
So very nice.
I do think their 4 wins. It's Eclipse, it's Fallen, it's Havoc, and
Yeah,
then
and not Monarchs.
Madison. So a little bit of the lower, a little bit of the mid, one of the upper. I mean, they're a team you have to take seriously. Since they got Mew, they are out there doing things.
That'll take us to the Falcons taking a 3-1 victory over the Fallen. And I remember picking the Fallen last week, so I'm a little upset. But
Get
Wow.
shit on.
I remember picking the Falcons and being very happy with that pick.
I don't remember who I picked at all.
You
I
picked the
don't.
Falcons.
Let's go.
The Fallen have just
You got to pick the Fallen.
they've just fallen. That's what they've done. That is their name. It is disappointing.
Whoa.
Whoa!
whoa.
Heart goes out to the fallen.
Am I gonna have to censor here? But I mean and then Falcons have kind of stepped up a little bit. That's them being 3 and 4 shocks me a little. I don't even know where they've gotten 3 wins at beyond this one. But this series was okay.
Yeah, they've had Falcons. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the same with my team. They, made a trade move after the game to. I don't know either. Who did they trade?
You guys are.
No,
Wait,
Fallen.
Falcon. Oh, Fallen. Well, that's later.
I mean, but
Fallen
it's
did all kinds of
has to
things.
do with this.
No, it happened after.
I know that's what I'm saying though. This loss causes.
Oh, yeah, they traded
Luke.
Jared.
Yeah.
And that's been
Yeah,
something that's
Jared.
been talked about for a little bit.
Wasn't some weird stuff happening before this game?
Well, Neo had been trying to trade him and messaging every manager trying to get the world for Jared. And then they
I thought he
went in-
had some kind of pickup or something.
Oh, yeah, we
So-
talked about that last week. They signed Wrath.
Brad Titan pickup. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Fallen
that's-
signed
that
Wrath.
was-
That's
that's
what it was.
Right.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know. I found this funny. Lord Neo likes to keep talking shit to Liam, and then there's that. So, haha.
I guess. Okay.
It is what it is. Listen, yeah. Liam posted something in there. He's like, oh, Whittle Bitty William need a pickup. And then he signs Wrath and trades Jared. Get fucked, Neo. Love you, but get fucked. The Ittle Bitty Witty Neo. That's going to take us into the next game. The Eclipse played the Demons. Kind of a pivotal match there for both teams trying to get into playoff positioning, and the Eclipse took it 3-1.
Looked good too. Yeah, they didn't look bad. I mean, Demons just
What are we
hate to be
doing?
the bearer of bad news, DK, but you guys are kind of poverty at the moment.
Fuck you, DK. Fraud.
Whoa.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's not wrong.
I
Got rid of Defane, and look at his team.
Was he doing well with Defane?
No.
It wasn't going
Alright.
well.
No, but he traded Defane because he needed more offense, and proceeds to not produce more offense.
Just ball
So,
chase more.
I don't know.
Listen, he tried to make moves. He's trying to fix things.
And that fact
Not
was
working.
noticed.
Yeah,
That fact was noticed by, parties.
by parties.
What parties?
The parties that was told that needed to be, they needed more offense.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
Crazy.
but big win for Eclipse, and they did it with Boomer on the bench.
yeah.
He even said it in his interview. He's heard the whispers about that maybe he needs to sub himself out and kind of let the guys cook. He did it here and delivered. So, massive move
Against a poverty team.
against
I
the
don't
poverty
think they
team.
were whispers.
But
It's a
they
back in
might have
the
been
recall.
shouts, Shade. We might have been shouting it at him.
Like,
But he did it and got a very
Oh.
much needed win. These were two of the teams at the bottom of the table. And the loser of this now, the Demons, are very much in trouble the next 2 weeks if they don't get it together. They will be eliminated
Yeah.
very quickly if they don't get a win somewhere.
Who do they play?
The Demons?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right.
They're 1 and
I
6.
think they play.
man.
I think they play the Mudcats and
Uh-huh.
the Pharaohs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That
So they're
doesn't
done.
matter.
They're done. They're out.
that's rough.
They're done.
You never know.
No, we know.
Sunshine
There's
and
always a
rainbows
chance
have
with one of
happened
those teams.
before. Okay, it's happened before. Can it happen again? But
One of
it's
those
unlikely.
teams
Who have they
knows
won
how to
against?
lose now.
Who have they
Who
won
did they-
against? They've only have 1 win.
Yeah, who was it? It was
They won week 1 against the Foxtrotters.
Foxtrotters that were just those first 3 weeks. Foxtrotters looked horrendous.
pre-Mew Foxtrotters.
Oh yeah, they're not winning 3 games. Plan for next season, DK. Good luck.
Best of luck to you, buddy.
That brings us to Mudcats 3-2 over the Pharaohs. Boys, this was a fun one to watch. Let me tell you, as someone who was watching the Twitch stream and a call with a couple people, boy, I mean,
What happened?
cinema. It was cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Sure. From a viewer perspective, I bet it was.
I viewed it.
Yep, yeah, Shade viewed it.
I didn't like it.
With bias, with bias, viewed it with bias.
Perspective is a motherfucker. Yeah, it took the first 2 games, felt well, and then didn't. And we called out a couple things that were going wrong in games 3 and 4, and certain things did not get fixed. A couple critical mistakes. Mudcats were good enough to take advantage, or MERS, but I think it was the Mudcats as a whole. Spacing-wise, we couldn't break out, and MERS capitalized. So this was a huge win, huge game.
Mers was an absolute demon. Stewie played well. You did what you do. And I'm going to say it, Mythic let y'all down in that game.
He knows. He knows particularly in Game 5. Called him out for it. Smurfy was kind enough to screenshot that and put it in banter. The backflip on the goal that lost us the lead and lost the game. That's tough. But,
I mean, I was calling him out all series.
yeah, there's
Even in the wins.
there's multiple other moments. Times where shooting was just poor. Me and Stewie missing open opportunities as well as Myth. So things went poor. Mudcats took advantage. That's a good team. So might be seeing them in the finals. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we won't get there. Who knows? Fuck it.
Oh damn.
Oh,
I'm gonna crash out.
That's-
No, we're gonna get there.
that's
But
Let it out.
we'll see.
Let it out right now.
That's.
I wanted to after the game.
Don't let it out.
I mean, out of the top 3, you certainly want to be one. That's I think, T-Mac and Liam would probably agree. You don't want to be 2 or 3 because you're probably playing one of those teams in the semis.
Well, here's the
And
problem. We're going to be 2 or 3 now.
Maybe. Mudcats will lose somewhere.
We will be.
They'll lose somewhere.
No, they won't. When?
Maybe. I don't know.
To who?
They still play Havoc. They might lose there.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
Wico is a lot. So
Dude, if they lose to the Demons, it will eat my shoe. Like that is.
He's joking. He's joking.
Hey,
T-Mac,
I'm gonna write it
just
down.
lose, man.
I'm half joking.
No.
Heading into Prism, Week 7, Phantoms swept the Wave. The Wave, not too big.
Without Appa.
yep.
So this was
Wave.
always going to be a sweep.
This
Was
was
it Merle?
this was chaos leading up to it. Transactional chaos, and then signed Lemon ultimately, and one dayed Mers.
The first Pixel in Prism this season.
Yeah,
This game Mers played before he played y'all.
he did.
hmm He got a pretty good warm up. I will say that.
It's a good warm up.
It probably
Pretty
wasn't
good.
because they lost the first two games, so he had to re-warm up to Pixel.
Yeah, that's
It
that's
probably
kinda
hurt him.
fly in the face of that.
So
No, this was.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, all three of these games were close.
The last one was
I mean,
5-1.
we had Panda in the Twitch chat saying this is going to be stat farming, and they damn near won one of these games. The last game got out of hand, I think.
Yeah,
5-1. But the first two games were very
One
close.
goal, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't a perfect sweep.
Could have been. Very
That'll
close.
take us to our next game, which was Hydra's 3-0 sweep over the Hurricanes. Yeah, Verm, once again, I say this every week, but Verm's a dog. So
Yeah,
Is what
what's
it
going
is.
on? What's going on with Hurricanes? I thought they'd be a lot better, or at
They're
least take a
tropical
game.
storm.
downgraded to a tropical storm.
Yep.
Oh, that's wild. I mean,
Oh my
they kind of went up against a buzzsaw. That's Prism is a two-team race for the top. Phantoms and Hydras are very clearly a cut above the rest. Sorry, Jay. And that's Wave
Jay,
and
six-
Hurricanes.
Good.
they fell victim to that. But Jay, you did something. You did a thing in week 7. Come back. Don't lean back in your
Oh.
sex dungeon. Why don't you tell us about what you did in week 7?
We swept the Scallops.
You did. See?
We did. Look at that. Bang. Go sense Sigum. Yeah.
Oh, bad. I'm going to join in next time.
It is.
Try that.
I mean, it is Pride Month.
Oh, dude. Speaking
Happy
of which,
Pride Month,
dude,
everybody.
we'll get
Happy
to that
Pride
later.
Month.
we'll
We'll
get
get
to
to that later. Little transaction action.
Whatever. Continuing the shit show that was Prism in week 7 with sweeps, the High Flyers, 3-0 Nightmare. Kilo, look
What
at me right
happened?
now. What happened? What is happening?
Kilo,
Don't
pause
worry,
your free play.
He fixed it.
What
It's
happened?
fine.
He did, but it,
He fixed it.
No. Get out of free play. Start playing some fucking games, Kilo. Get locked in. Jesus Christ, dude. What are we doing? How are we getting
Well,
swept?
gets swept. Things happen. We'll get there, but things did happen. But
I
we'll
expect
talk
better.
about that. Talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
You know, if there was one team in Prism that would shock me to take a game, it wouldn't have been one of those 4 teams that got swept there. But how about our next game, Koala?
The Hornets 3-1 the Otakus.
And-
Shocker.
Did
Dude, Trick? I'm sorry, Trick. Streak?
Trick.
Unbelievable series. Like, if
Yeah.
he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Week, the whole thing's a sham. I mean, he...
Show has spoken into existence.
Listen, the Hornets scored 4, 7,
get there.
13, 18 goals. Streak scored assisted on all but the very last goal.
Oh shit.
He had 10
The
goals.
very last goal, the OT goal that I think Boss put in. He put a hat trick in the first game, scored 2 in the second game, 3, then 2. And only one of those assists were not really earned. It was like a breakout, throw it upfield. The defense touches it, and I think Boss put it in. All the other assists, totally earned. It was unreal performance by him.
But they dropped a game to the Otakus.
And they should have dropped 2.
Oh.
Game 4 was really close. One OT. Taku scored with like 20 seconds left in Game 4. And then let one go in, send to OT, and lost like 30 seconds into OT.
I mean, you could say that, but the game they actually did lose, Boss just kind of let 2 go in, like kind of awkwardly.
Charity.
But it's just like, man.
It was there
Come
for
on,
them.
Otakus.
They had
Come
the
on.
opportunity going to
Come
OT
on.
in that game. But it sounds like a great series by Streak.
We had
Unbelievable.
Ospreys defeat the Rednecks 3-2 and have me lose 60K in Twitch points because never bet on Ben. We're not going to shit on Ben, but just don't bet on Ben.
60 big ones?
60 big ones.
Set me back in my goals.
This was a
Copy.
close series by 2 solid teams. Was enjoyable to watch. And then moves happened, so we'll see what the trajectory is for the Rednecks.
About the same.
Now-
Is Ben the DK of Prism right now? Is he just focusing on season 3?
Yes. Yep.
He should be.
I thought he already was, but
Thought he had been from week 1.
Yeah, for week 1.
That's diabolical.
Ben, I didn't say it. It was not
I
me
love
this
you,
week.
I love you, Ben.
That's diabolical.
You lost me
fuck
60K,
him.
so I'm mad.
Because he got so mad about listening to the shit talk on the last episode. He voices that to us, and then the very next day is talking shit about Shade's baldness or bacon in general. No,
I mean-
Ben, you don't get to talk shit and then whine when it's thrown back at you on a podcast.
Yeah, Ben, you fucking suck at Rocket League.
let's not bring up that 300 MMR. Little spike on that tracker there.
Like, we don't need to talk about it again.
I'll do it again. I'll bring it up. Come at you, boys. I'll come bring it right back.
Today's.
Let's do the
We have
thing.
every coming up.
Who knows? Maybe one day.
Do you want
Alright,
one?
shut up!
Wait, that's later. This is the first day.
Shut up!
I'm skipping.
Hey, do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
My alarm
It's-
just went off. It's time for me to
favorite
wake up.
It's time for Bacon to wake up. He's got work. But, more importantly, it's Players of the Week. It's my segment. Thank you. It's my favorite
We'll go to
segment.
sleep.
We're going to cut to that right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 8-Bit Pixel and Prism Players of the Week. I'm Koa. I don't have a shirt on because I was lazy and didn't want to put one on. So here we go. Your 8-Bit Pixel Offensive Player of the Week is Mers for his 9 goals and 1 assist in the Mudcats 3-2 win over the Pharaohs. Defensively, we have Craney for his 10 saves in the Illusion win. Good win. Congrats, Smurfy. For your Prism Players of the Week, we have Streak for his 10 goals and 4 assists in the Hornets 3-1 win. And defensively, we have Cronus, H.E. Cronus, for his 13 saves in the Ospreys win. So, congratulations to everybody. And back to the desk. And we're back! Welcome back. Thank you, me from the future. That was excellent. Wasn't at all swayed by Koala's accusations earlier. They play plumbers. All right.
You play what's in front of you.
He took advantage of the situation. No one else did that.
But I don't care.
Okay, sure. There'll be an interview.
There's going to be an interview. Who?
Oh,
Who knows?
Only the 5 of us know right now. But you're about to
Yeah, it
find
was a
out.
great interview.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. It's about to happen now.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a great interview right now.
ladies and gentlemen, people of 8-Bit, we're recording this again because we just did the interview and I wasn't recording. But we've got Smurfy. How you doing, Smurf?
A little worse now that I have to talk twice, but you know what? I'm still doing all right.
Fair enough. Why don't you go ahead and kick us off? Tell us how you think season 2 has gone so far for your team.
Pretty good. A little rough in the beginning. Again, all third round picks. People said we're not going to make playoffs, but hey, we're 8th right now. New team after, can't remember what week I picked up Defane. Thanks, Boomer, for that. I appreciate you. But yeah, a lot better with Defane. Fits a lot better with Craney. I get to play how I want. Defane and Craney get to stay up and be the first and second man that I think they were destined to be. So Engine's a lot better now. Sin 3 and 4, Sin 8th, gatekeeping like 2 teams out of playoffs. So I think we're pretty good.
Fair enough. You think you've built a team that can contend for the championship?
It'll be tough. I mean, Missouri, Luxor, Honolulu. Well, I'm not that scared of Honolulu, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Luxor, Missouri, those are obviously the 2 giants to fight against. But you know, I think we'll get up there. We can definitely compete if we make sure, or at least just clean up all the kinks we've been going through, especially with Atlanta. I think that's where they really came out. But yeah, I think absolutely we can contest for a chip.
Okay, fair enough. Who do you think's taking Prism?
I gotta give it to probably, I like Hanoi over OKC. Some people like OKC just based off how they've been performing, and honestly that's fair. They're both 6-1, they're both great teams, but I'm gonna give the edge to Hanoi. I want to see Houston do well because of my Pookie boss. Boss, if you're listening, I'd do anything to have you where I am right now, sitting right next to me. But since I can't, I hope your team wins as well. But realistically,
you could have had that in Texas.
I could have, but we've been over this, Bacon.
Like, I slept 3 feet from Boss like 2 or 3 nights.
That's true. That is very true. But we talked about I couldn't go to Texas. To clarify for everybody who's wondering, I am in Texas, and I plan to go. However, the car that I got, I recently bought a car, and it was in the shop. It was getting tuned. I could not go, and I've caught flack for it ever since. So, yeah. That's
Womp. Womp. Okay. Well, I appreciate you popping in, knocking this out for us real quick. Had some scheduling issues. A couple other people I was chatting with, so appreciate you getting in here, knocking down an interview, and I do hope that you don't make the playoffs personally, but best of luck. But it's also $50. I really don't care. So no.
I think it's at this point it's less of the $50 and more of the I want to spoil the pizza party you promised everybody. So
this is
you've
true.
been going around promising people a pizza party.
This is true. I did.
You're not getting the pizza party, Koala.
We'll see. But no, best of luck to you going forward, man. I'll let you get back to what you're doing, and we'll send it back to the podcast.
Bye, pod people in the future.
Oh, it's so scuffed.
That was a great interview.
What an
Awesome
interview.
Like Koala
Amazing
knew it was going to be.
I knew it.
He knew it was going to be. Good call.
That'll bring
Great
us to
interview. Love that person.
Love them.
right. Right. That'll bring us into
Jay.
standings.
It's you. Do you want to go ahead and do the standings, buddy?
Yeah, I'll do standings.
Jay, it's your turn.
Is it?
It's your
Is it
turn.
my turn? Can I do
Yeah.
Week
standings?
7 standings.
Week 7. Are you
Don't
sure?
read the Week 6 one.
All right. All right. Prism standings. We've got Phantoms and Hydras still at the 1 and 2, 6 and 1. Sensen alone at 3, sitting at 5 and 2. High Flyers, Hornets, and Nightmare all tied 4 and 3 at the 4 through 6 spot. Ospreys and Scallops tied 3 and 4, sitting at 7 and 8. Wave, Rednecks, and Hurricanes sitting at 2-5, 9, 10, 11, and the Otakus still 1-6 at the bottom of the barrel. No surprises. Hurricanes are kind of coming up though. Not the Hurricanes, the High Flyers. Wrong H.
Yes. The 8th spot. Really, I think the only team that's got a crack at it is Wave. I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like, but I don't really see Rednecks, Hurricanes, or Otakus breaking into that top 8 here. I could just be spewing crap out my butt, but I don't think I am, so I'm gonna keep talking.
Seems unlikely.
That'll take us into Pixel. Mudcats sitting at a perfect 7-0, alone at the top of the leaderboard. Pharaohs and Havoc tied 6-1 at 2-3. Foxtrotters sitting alone at the 4 spot, 4-4. Falcons, Fallen, and Bandits, Illusion, and Harriers are all 3-4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Absolute mud pile in the middle.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for playoff implications.
And a bunch of them play each other. It's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah. We got the Eclipse sitting alone at 10 at 2-5, and then the Monarchs and Demons sitting at 1-6 at 11 and 12. It'll be an interesting week 8 for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot more clinches for both leagues. That's for sure.
Yeah. So Doggo messaged me. We're gonna talk about the matchups here in a moment, but for week 8 I did the thing with where their standings sit. Every single game has significant playoff implications except for Mudcats Demons in Pixel and the Havana, Florida in Prism. So, and those still have implications. They're just not severe. Neither team it's not critical. So,
Because
wild.
of the implications.
We're just getting there.
It's all about the implications.
We're getting to the point where people are going to clinch or be eliminated. So, I don't know.
It's not about what they do.
Clinch
It's
'em.
about the implication.
All the implications.
I'm looking at the Wave schedule, and they've got at least one guaranteed win because they played the Otakus, but they still have to play the Hornets, the Scallops, and Hydras. So that'll be.
2 winnable games in there.
And then Hurricanes. Hurricanes are the only other team that I think could make the 8 spot. But they play Kyoto next week, and then Scallops, Hornets, and then us, the Sens. So maybe at least
One easy
one
one
win.
there.
Yeah, free
Yep.
win week 11. So.
We got a bunch of trades and signings and things. Biggest news in my mind was Ben and the Rednecks getting rid of Doggo and a 2nd round pick, giving them over to New York Nightmares for a Yami and a 1st. Setting himself up for next season.
Yep, he's out.
Yep. And this gives Kilo 0 excuses to make that playoff push.
Yep.
The way Kilo plays, Doggo should fit perfectly with Kilo's play style. Depends on how, and then we'll see how Getsy can fit around that. But solid squad in New York now, and Rednecks, yeah, Ben's got his bags packed for Cabo early. He's ready for season 3.
He's already on his way. He's on the flight. Sandals are on.
He's got to finish the season.
He's got the flight schedule.
Yep.
Wave released Riley and picked up our
Liber-
boy Lemon.
Riley is Liberation, for
Yeah.
any clarification.
Yeah, that
The
was
guy-
confusing when they got picked up the first time.
Liberation was, I thought, was his college teammate, but I guess something didn't work out. So
I think it came down to availability, and that's because Appa had messaged me about trying to how to get their game done if they could pick up 2 1-days, which he was told no. So any of you listening, you cannot sign 2
Not
1-days. And I told him, I'm like, you could do a full free agent transaction and then sign a 1 day. And I think the availability for Riley was not great. So after some confusion and miscommunication, he ended up with Lemon.
And he's back.
Lemon's back
Is
on
this
a roster. Hold on. Does the Wave have to play Ospreys, or has that already happened?
No.
Damn it! I wanted Lemon to get the three-peat over
could.
Samu.
The Samu Slayer is back.
Damn.
Make it to the playoffs and ruin.
Yeah, maybe the playoffs. Maybe there's a chance there.
The Demons released Bamsey and signed Luigi. That's your buddy, right, Koala?
Go, Luigi.
Guy I used to work with. They didn't look bad. They lost, but it wasn't. I mean, they didn't look too bad. I don't know.
Luigi looked fine. Luigi's been working. He's been in VCs with all sorts of
Yeah, he's been
like
playing a lot.
non-koala people. Like that's his IRL guy. Like he's
Non-koala people.
yeah, he's associating with other people in the Discord, getting his name out there, and DK's giving him the opportunity. And I thought he looked good in that series, and should look a little bit better with more time and chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, the more he's been playing, the better he's been getting. So we'll see.
Boomer made a move with the Eclipse, trading Bozy and a first round to Madison to grab Gamer and a second rounder. That looked good. That looked good.
They won this week.
I mean, yeah, they won. So, like, back in the column, but it does feel like a slight overpay.
For where his team is at. If you
Yeah.
think Gamer for in a first round for making a serious push to win the championship this late in the season, then okay. But yeah, it's. I mean,
Did they look like they could contend for championship in that game?
no.
So not a good move.
Yeah,
to get
right
like the
now,
first
looking
round
at
this
it.
late in the season, yeah.
We'll
he
see.
could have
That's
picked up something.
yeah. Boomer has wanted Gamer since early in the season. Finally being able to get him.
Didn't he have him last season and trade him away?
Yeah.
I think he drafted him last season.
He did, and traded him for Yak.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he wanted him. He wanted him early in this season. We'll see how the chemistry goes. I like Bozy, so I do think on paper this is an overpay. But Boomer's taking a shot again. Again, we've talked about it weekly. He trades, taking another shot at more consistency and chemistry. I don't know. Maybe he did it. So we'll see when they're playing not demons.
I don't understand the game plan for the future to be competitive when you're selling it.
It's
Did
true.
you have two firsts, or did
No.
you give up his?
Yeah, he gave up his.
Yeah, that wasn't even his. That was
Yeah.
the Havoc's first round pick that he
Yeah.
just traded. So yeah.
So,
Which will probably be a later round pick or a later pick in the first
what
round.
I don't get is you had a first round this season. You had better picks this season. And you're struggling. And you went, I can do it better with worse picks. I just don't think it's there. But we'll see. He wants to at least be in the playoffs. He wants to be in the conversation. I think they can be.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think
We'll
see.
I think with that roster they make playoffs.
if that's worth the payment he did, then it's worth it to him.
I just don't see it going past the first round.
That
I mean,
depends on who the
like
matchup
maybe a first. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe a first round win, but it's not any further than that.
Yeah. We'll see.
Madison released Pinky and signed Louis. I think it's something Pinky wanted as well. So
This was interesting because Bussin and Pinky are like bros.
yeah,
Yeah, like there was talks last season when I had Bussin about potentially trading him to let him pair with Pinky. And he didn't want it. He wanted to play with us, and that's fine. But he got his buddy Pinky this season. It hasn't gone super great. I do think both sides were. There was a little combativeness, and the move was made. But he got the homie
talk
Louis.
to Pinky because I I was trying to get off the team last season, and you just wouldn't get rid of me. So I need to see what Pinky did just for future.
There's still time. We got a week left until trade deadline if you want.
Well, let me talk to Pinky and see what he did.
Get him off the
Well, I don't
team.
want Pinky. So,
No, I see what he did to make his friend get rid of him.
oh. Well, you just got to tell
Yeah.
me. You tell me right
You
now.
little I've told you before.
Say it right now, and I'll send you to a playoff caliber team.
You would have to want me.
They will.
Make them.
No, they won't.
Like-
I don't belong on a team, Bacon.
Say it, and I'll do it.
Do it.
You don't. Fuck you.
Demons trade Cookie Monster and a second rounder to the Fallen for Mr. Jared and a third.
About time.
Does that make them better?
No.
Yeah, they win games now.
No. I like Cookie, but no.
So, okay, here's a question again. Why are these teams at the bottom getting rid of higher picks just to keep losing?
I don't know. I think, I mean, you have that large group of teams fighting for a playoff spot. I think they're looking to just make moves to make the playoffs. They're not thinking about the future. Some teams will do that. Some teams won't. Clearly, they're not. DK thinks maybe getting Jared is going to be the missing piece. I don't know. Again, it might be enough to squeak in, but what's that first round going to look like? So, because as of right now, you're either going against Mudcats, Pharaohs, Havoc, or Foxtrotters. If you don't think you can beat one of those teams, you shouldn't be trading future picks.
True that. Well, I guess they are bottom feeder teams, right? Because if they have a good first round pick, then they have a pretty bad second round pick,
Well,
and if they have a bad first round pick,
isn't
they
there a
have a
lottery
good.
coming up for next season?
Well, yeah, but like
So
You'd
not
still-
necessarily.
he'd still have a favor towards the
Yeah,
higher end of the
You have a
draft.
favor.
But
That's what makes it scary to trade.
Yeah.
Those picks,
But-
because they could be good, they could be shit.
Might be good.
How do I add someone to the trade?
So-
pool?
sometimes
shit.
maybe bid / trade.
Yeah. Bandits trade Ren to Atlanta for Nessie.
On Pride Month, first day, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, no picks involved.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is.
Straight up.
I feel like Couch kind of stole one here. It just depends.
I mean, yeah, it kind of depends on both of them. Like,
Yeah, are either
They
one of
both-
these guys consistent? Or
We know
they
guys-
both have
Or-
the ability to take over a game if they're playing well, but
Yeah.
they haven't showed neither of them have shown the consistent ability to do it
Yeah.
on a
So
regular basis.
yeah, Couch approached me and asked me what I thought of this whole thing, and I was like, well, it's not bad. I told him that I like the move because obviously you've had Ren, you've had Gardens before. It didn't work out last season. So what is there anything that's like compelling you to say that it'll work out this season? And he didn't have anything. So I was like, I mean, if you think it's a good move, I'd go ahead and do it. I do think it's a step in the right direction. It's just a question of can this put him into that conversation with those other three teams.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play. We're just gonna have to play better and figure out each other, and I don't know. We'll see. It's
Just get good.
the positive thing, like I said, is no picks were traded, so it's kind of a win-win for both teams. Like, it's not working. Let's see if this will work
We'll say
for
this.
both.
I do think Bandits won that trade. I think Nessie has shown more consistency as the seasons went along. And that's
think we all
something
agree with that
that's
point.
something that Koala, Couch, and them are going to be able to adapt to better. It should give Gardens free reign to fully unlock. With, a competent Couch and Koala around them. That's I think they won that trade.
Well, we'll see. A few more games left.
Getting there.
It's your thing, Koala. We get to go to your little bit.
So yeah, this is the second week of doing this. I was a little bit more prepared.
Let's go.
So for Pixel, I'm going Mythic. Mythic's got to be the solid number 2 on that team for you guys to win a championship. If he doesn't play that great, you guys can beat most teams. But he needs to play well. Stop going for so many solo things. Get back when he needs to get back. 50. Obviously all the easy things. So Mythic is the one I'm looking, and then Prism. See if Streak can continue with what he did last week. It was just an insane performance. So I've kind of waffled. I was thinking about putting Kilo here or Doggo just because of that trade to see what they do the rest of the season, but yeah.
Very safe picks.
Step it up, Mythic.
Safe picks, no loser.
It's going to take us to our predictions for Week 8. Our game of the week in Pixel. It's been criticized. I don't give a shit. Foxtrotters versus Illusion. I think it is very critical for 2 playoff-hungry teams. Foxtrotters are clearly sitting better in the standings, but Illusion's trying to get up there, and Smurfy's trying to take my $50. But on this, boys, we have swept, and we're all taking KC.
Yeah, not this week.
Pretty easily.
Yeah, they just have looked phenomenal. So, it's hard to pick against them right now.
Absolutely.
Well, Illusion are on a hot streak too, no?
Yeah, but dude, KC just been beating the crap out of people.
Out of who? The
Since they
Monarchs?
picked up Mew.
Why didn't you pick them then?
Well,
You defend the other team, but you didn't pick them either.
I'm just bringing up points, man.
Our notable matchup in Pixel is going to be Eclipse versus Fallen. Both teams having made moves, fighting for a spot here. The desk is absolutely split. I'm going with Eclipse. I think Fallen made a catastrophic mistake getting rid of Jared and are going to lose out the season.
I agree with
I don't think they played that well with Jared anyway, so it was kind of a 50-50 coin flip for me.
Yeah, both teams kind of bottom of the standings. I really think this can go either way, so I just said New Mexico.
I think, yeah, Boomer's trying to win games now, apparently, so I'm trying to go with Boomer. At least for the next few weeks, maybe.
Wait, he wasn't trying before?
Yeah,
Well, apparently he's throwing picks away now, so he's getting rid of all of his good picks.
He's trying to cash in late on Season 2, trying to go back-to-back. He's trying to take your 2 time, Jay.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That's supposed to be for Stewie.
Yeah.
Stewie's taking the 2 time.
Somebody's taking it.
We shall see.
Our next game in Pixel, we've got Mudcats versus Demons. If you've listened to the entire episode, you already knew it's a full death sweep for Mudcats. I don't think any of us have any good points as to how Demons might be able to take this. Maybe if Merge...
Jay might have a reason.
Nope.
Jay? Yeah, you sure?
No reason.
No arguments for DK?
There is
I don't know. Demons have been looking really good lately.
Nope, they've lost almost every game in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so
Not
there's
even
no
with
reason to take
Not even
Demons
with
here.
them acquiring Jared, you don't think, Jay?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Not one single bit.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We're sticking with being boring here. We've got Pharaohs versus Harriers, and we've got another podcast sweep of Luxor here.
Yeah.
Yeah, them trading Nessie. I'm cool with it. I love Ren. Not so much in 3s.
Ren's back with Panda, and that didn't work great on the Bandits, so...
It did not. Jay, do you have a question mark on Luxor?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Going next again. We have swept on picks. We've got Bandits versus Monarchs. Everybody here likes the Bandits. So
Boring week for us here.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Monarchs
these-
don't have anything that can get over the Bandits. No love.
Dude, they just have been getting the piss beat out of them all season. Bandits do pick up.
God, I hope that continues.
Yeah.
We
Because
will
if it
see.
doesn't, there are big question marks there, Koala. ginormous question marks.
You're gonna have to request a
100%.
Try not to play this week.
I think I'm going to, actually.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Big question marks.
Our final game of Pixel, we've got Havoc versus Falcons. Not a sweep here. All of us have the Havoc except for Koala. Why?
I'm a hater.
I'm a hater.
You know what? I respect your game, brother. I respect it.
Well, then change your pick to Falcons, Koa.
I didn't say I agreed with him. I said I respect
Yeah,
it.
he just respects it. I mean, we were boring. By this point, I had noticed that we had all
You
picked
had
basically the same
four
things.
sweeps in a row, and you wanted to mix things up a little bit.
That's fair. Let's see what Prism did for us here.
It
We
worked
have,
last week with you guys.
Pretty
against the
boring down
Mudcats,
here,
so-
too.
True.
it did work in that one instance, but your other instances where you did that, it did not work for you.
Well, that's why I only did it once this time.
In Prism, we have a super game of the week of the season because JT is a baby back bitch. Sentinels versus Rednecks. And we've got a sweep of the
Oh, did he do
Sentinels.
that?
What do you mean?
No, he criticized what I put for Game of the Week because we've often had one of two teams in Prism Game of the Week. And I tried to show him some love, and he didn't like it. So now he's got Super Game of the Week of the season. And we're going to see how Jay performs under pressure, under the lights.
Everyone
biggest
will
game
be
of the
there.
week.
Everyone will
Be
be
there. Everyone's
Everyone
going to be
will be
talking
there.
about it.
And if you lose, I will point and laugh.
We will be discussing it afterwards in banter.
Jay, you cannot lose 8-Bit's inaugural Super Game of the Week of the season.
Facts.
So help
You
me
lose.
God.
We have a special podcast just making fun of you. The entire time.
Emergency pod after the game.
Yeah, you
Done.
guys make me do the pod with a fucking clown.
No, you won't be on
overlay.
there. You will be on there. We're just going to talk at you for an hour.
And if you lose, you have to show up with a clown nose on.
No, he has to show up with a baby, like the
The pacifier?
The pacifier,
And a
and a bonnet,
in a diaper.
in a diaper.
Oh my god.
No, let's not go that far. I don't want that.
In a diaper.
We're gonna start getting some weirdos.
I-
Fine.
Yeah.
Shirtless
Yeah.
JT if they lose that series.
Shirtless
I have not
JT if they
agreed.
lose.
I have
He
not
does not
agreed
agree.
to any of these statements. Made
Boo! Boo him!
I miss Boomer.
Boo!
Who hit
Boo him in chat.
Outside of the Super Game of the Week of the season, we have a Game of the Week in Phantoms versus Nightmare. Number one team in Prism going against the newly built Nightmare. No excuses, Kilo. Our desk is a bit different. I'm taking the
Yeah.
Phantoms. I just can't pick the Nightmare until we see them with Doggo.
I agree.
And the Phantoms are an absolute fucking unit.
hmm
So that's why I went with them.
Well,
The actual
you
game of
two
the week.
are wrong.
Maybe.
You
I hope
seem
I
like
am.
Step up.
But it's but Kilo's on Nightmare. Ugh.
The Kilo hate is real, and it's for a good reason.
Deserved.
Yeah.
They've got 2 SSLs on the
You
team now.
picked him, Koala?
Yeah, I did.
He's just a hater.
But he's picking us because of Doggo, not because of Kilo.
Ah, okay. Our notable matchup: High Flyers versus Ospreys. We have swept with the High Flyers. I feel like this is a good matchup. I was kind
Yeah,
of surprised to see a sweep here.
I will say that I do think this game could go either way. I do think this game should go to 5.
It won't.
I just think the High Flyers have looked more... Shut up, baby J. Sit over there.
I haven't
on
lost
your
yet,
bottle.
motherfucker. I haven't lost yet. Jesus Christ.
Anyway. The High Flyers have looked more consistent with their acquisition of Hallow. So I'm going to continue to ride
Gotta
the
be
High
honest.
Flyers train.
My fingers were closer to H-I-G than it was to the O, so I went with that.
That comment can't be on here. Next game. I know why. Hydras versus Wave. Again, no one's picking the Wave this week. No, none of that.
But JT, it's a college team.
What's
Not
going
anymore.
on?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We'll move
Actually, it wasn't when I changed to him. I got dicked. I was told it was a college team. Jay lied to me.
It was Lemon and Mers.
Damn it,
And
Jay.
And then it became Lemon and Mers. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I would've
False
had another win on the
advertising
season.
like a motherfucker.
Hey, man, I think
So good.
didn't I pick Wave too?
No.
No,
You just
no,
sat
you
there
were
and
scared
you just
to.
sat there and said
So
that
I
they're,
did
they're
it.
better than people are giving them credit for.
You're right. Yeah.
That's great. Next, we've got Hornets versus Scallops. We do have some differences here. I'm riding with the Hornets. After their performance last week, how they've looked throughout the season, I think they're going to be enough to take out Unfo and the Scallops.
I chose the Scallops because I want them to keep things interesting. Because Scallops beat Hornets,
Sure.
then that means that puts the Scallops on top of the Hornets in standings, and it would just make things more confusing for everybody. So, chaos.
Respect that. If Streak keeps playing the way it did last week.
But they've just been so inconsistent.
Is a streak stand right here.
They've
I
just been so
have become the
inconsistent.
Streak stand.
Shade, I assume
Dude,
the Scallops pick just because of the
Series is
logo
dumb.
still? Naturally.
You know it.
Naturally.
It's a beautiful logo.
Beautiful.
Our final game, Prism, Hurricanes versus Otakus, and much to everyone's surprise, we have all picked the Hurricanes. I very
I
much,
struggled with this one.
I do
Yeah,
think
I'm
it could go
struggling
either
right
way, because they're now a tropical storm, and the Otakus
Yeah.
took a game from the Hornets, so possibly. But we'll see. It's hard to pick the Otakus until they get another win.
The hands are hovering over the keyboard right now.
You're not going to change.
I really want
No.
to.
Do it then.
Do it.
Do
You
it.
got no balls.
Do it.
Do
Am I
it.
going to be the first person to pick the Otakus?
Boomer would do it.
All right.
Boomer would do it.
Would he?
I don't know.
He would
I'm
succumb.
just trying to make him do it.
He,
I don't think he would.
he would do it right here for the content.
Any change, JT is an otaku stan
For 1 week.
for 1 week.
This ends on Sunday. I just want to make that clear.
We'll see. Overall for the season, we've got Koa sitting on top 28 and 20. I'm right behind at 27 and 21. We've got Jay at 26 and 22.
Jesus
Shade
Christ.
at 25 and 23. And Koala has only been with us for a week, but he went 6 and 6 in his week. Our only guest picker was DK at 7 and 5, and Boomer before he bounced was 19 and 17.
I don't
So
even have a color for mine.
you don't have a
Close
color,
grouping.
but you'll have a color next week.
Close grouping on the pick'ems, the pod pick'ems. Close grouping here.
Very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so. Jay, we got any Rocket League stuff or Koala? You guys pay attention to things. I have not been paying attention since they stole G2 from me.
I'm paying attention to Lick. Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree on that one.
Jay, it's all you. Any Rocket League news? He
Not
has-
really. The date
Watch him
the
look it up.
date-
You guys are looking at him. Look it up right now. That's what he's
The date of recording was the last day for the EU and EU Open for Rally. So nothing really too exciting because fuck EU. Respectfully. Not respectfully.
God, I hate France so much.
What the fuck's a kilometer?
Fucking kilometer.
Dude, when they airdropped that, it was that Chronic in Boston, and they were airdropping that in the arena.
Yeah. Take me back.
Oh, fuck, it's a kilometer.
Take me back.
God, that was such a fun trip.
We've been playing a lot of rematch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Game is
big
so
rematch things. Maybe some off-season things.
Possibly things.
Possibly.
We talked about it. Maybe.
So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But
Gonna have to buy it. Cross-platform though, right?
yep. So
Yeah.
once it releases, it'll come out cross-platform, free on Game Pass if you've got that. But otherwise, it'll be $30 on Steam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it going to be on Game Pass for PC?
Yes. From what I saw, it was.
Wicked.
Which
Yeah.
I'm hyped about.
Yeah, it's big.
All right. Well, we have an owners meeting to go talk about lottery and things that everybody keeps asking about. So that's going to
I
do it
gotta
for
make
this
dinner.
one.
My wife's not home.
Oh my God.
Order something.
Get that big New Yorker.
Hey, yeah. You better
Bye.
Get the big New Yorker, dude. That's great.
Thank you again for tuning into the Backpost Podcast. Powered by the 8-Bit Nation. Be sure to stay active in the Discord and follow the Twitch channel at 8N Gaming so you don't miss any of the fast-paced, epic Pixel and Prism League content. Well, that's it for now. May your aerials be flawless and your saves legendary.